Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me for Mindset Monday. My name is Drew Demery. I am a business coach, and we are going to talk about the growth mindset connected to change. That's today's topic. So, we all know embracing change can be one of the most challenging emotions that in the growth mindset. Even in the strongest mindset, this topic can be hard to swallow, right? Because I think we're all built to unfortunately avoid change, which we'll talk about the pros and cons of change in a minute. So let's talk about what generally happens, the four common phases of change, right? And whether you want to admit it or not, we all kind of go through this, right? So something happens in our life, we have to pivot, we have to change, right? So we have to change some business strategies, we have to change a relationship, we have to change an eating habit. So many of our lives, we have to make these pivots or changes happen, right? But the most common reaction, the first thing is that we resist it, right? That'll never work. This is not a good idea, right? We have this negative track that's running in our head. So the first phase is what we call resisting it. Then number two, most of us, honestly, we gather evidence and we find our tribe of people that are going to support us to rebel against the change, right? Oh, they've tried it and they hated it. Or, oh, I've tried that diet, or someone else tried that diet and it didn't work. Or, this business strategy is new and no one's ever tried it. So I'm not sure that I'm willing to be the guinea pig to try it, right? So unfortunately, when we have an opportunity to change, we often go to our tribe, our community, our friends, our family, our spouse, our partner to kind of test the waters to see if this change is even worth going through that process, right? And unfortunately, we don't have a tribe that's built to help motivate us, help in the growth mindset and encourage us. They're the first one to shoot the arrow in the balloon and pop our change mindset all very quickly. The third strategy or the third phase really is this, and you're indifferent to it. So you're like, I'm going to try it, right? And this is kind of what I call like the half-ass. I'm going to try to change, but honestly, you're just doing it to be compliant. You're just doing it because you want to get someone off your back, right? We're not changing because we truly feel in our heart and our soul that these changes we're about to make are going to benefit us or our family or our business and so forth, right? So it's kind of a cop out. Number four, we accept it, right? Okay, yeah, I'm going to try it, right? So when we reach this final phase, that is honestly, those three phases prior to that are all that resistance that we have in change. And so some of us go through these four phases of change pretty quickly within minutes. Honestly, it's kind of it goes through our brain in that quickly. Some of us, it takes days or weeks to advance with change. But unfortunately, if you get caught in one of these cogs of the wheels, that's why honestly you never really implement anything. That's why change doesn't happen because you're so caught up in those four phases, right? And we all know the elephant in the room, the reason why we don't change, even though we may think it could be beneficial, is just the simple thought process or mindset around fear, right? Fear is the number one resistance to change. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what to expect, right? So we don't know we don't have this trust fall, right? So if we change, we don't have this 100% guarantee that it's going to work out to our favor, right? And so that's probably the biggest thing as we go into talking about talking about change. These things are obstacles or friction that are put in our way through our mindset that we impose upon ourselves. At least I do. And those that I coach often do the same thing. So things that I would use or recommend to work towards change, right? For the first one is that everything in life is specifically with changes, you need to do it in small steps, right? Kind of the marathon mentality. You're not running tomorrow. So let's work our way up to it. Number two is you got to avoid the failure fixation, right? Okay, what if you do fail, right? But what if you succeed? What if this change actually sticks? What if these changes you've made in your business are actually going to help you grow your business and you're going to have less anxiety, less stress about it, and actually have some financial fortune in your future? And the other thing is we got to allow excitement to trump fear, right? You've got to find a way when you see this change to figure out what's going to get you jacked up and excited. What's going to motivate you, right? What's going to allow this excitement to override the fear? Because we honestly, the emotion of fear and excitement actually are the same feeling. So us being on a roller coaster, the fear is also connected to the excitement. So sometimes our brain doesn't know the difference between excitement and fear. And our responsibility in the growth mindset is to allow that excitement to override the fear, right? If we choose fear, we're not going to do it. If we choose excitement, we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to, accept the opportunity of what it can bring. So the real question is, what's on the other side of change? You and I know anything that we've changed in our lives, we've either had new opportunities, new ideas, and new relationships. So isn't it crazy that when we go and we make changes, we generally see a high percentage of positivity? Yet our brain is wired to think that these changes are negative, right? So growth is our only option, right? Change is a direct connection to choice, right? And the one thing we can control in the crazy world we live in, with all the drama and the headlines that we see in every single day, is that we have some choices we can make that are connected to change. So although we can make these changes, it's often just we just have to make the choice. There's a there's a law of motion, right? Once you're in motion, you stay in motion, right? So these new routines that you've created, these new habits you've created because you made this change, as you continue, it will become that new routine. It will become that comfort zone that you used to live in when the unchanged world existed, right? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. So change may lead to failure. Yeah, that is a possibility. There's no 100% guarantee crystal ball that when you make this change in your life, in your personal life, in your business, or your relationships, that it's all going to work out, right? Nobody has that crystal ball. But you know what I found? Is that actually, if I make a change and I actually do fail at it, that actually is the best teacher, because success doesn't show us the patterns or the perspective of what change does. Change is really cool. When you fail, you skin your knees, you go, oh, that didn't work, right? Think about a relationship that you were in and maybe it didn't work out for whatever reason, right? So the next relationship you get into, right, it's a different change, it's a different person, but you're going to change the approach. You're going to change some of the context and concepts that you're using in that relationship because you've learned from those failures or those mistakes in the previous one, right? So I think we just need to go into this week and think about how we can use change for good, because we know that in a growth mindset, change is inevitable, right? Change teaches us a new perspective. So I want you to go into this week and think about, how can I embrace change? What have I been saying no to that maybe if I said yes to, it could open a door to a new opportunity? So we end with a mindset quote. It says, progress is impossible without change. And those that cannot change their minds cannot change anything, right? Progress is impossible without change. So I know you are not looking for perfection, you're looking for progress, right? And so if I want to progress as a person, as a human, as a business owner, as a father, as a friend, I've got to embrace change. And I hope that you do too. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Mindset Monday. Again, I'll be back next Monday with a new topic. I hope this helps. And in the meantime, have a great and productive week. And I will see you soon. Have a great one. Bye.